Today, I'm going to show you how to make a coconut oil beauty bar. Coconut oil is my new favorite kind of soap. I used to love the olive oil, but coconut oil is even better in my opinion. And don't you love the light blue? I thought I'd try something different. This soap is so nice and just feels so good on your skin. It's nourishing to your skin because it's a beauty bar. Let's go. I'm Becky. I used to live in the consumer rat race just like you. But one day I had enough, so I sold it all, moved to the country, and built my own log cabin with my own two hands. Now I spend my time discovering new ways to live a simple, healthy lifestyle with more free time and way less stress. Then sharing what I've learned with you. Welcome to Becky's Homestead. I'm going to show you the ingredients first. We're going to start with distilled water, pure coconut oil, and lye. If you'd like to, you could add an essential oil in there. I have eucalyptus. I'm just going to put a little tiny bit in there because I like the smell of coconut oil. I'm going to mix it up in a nice big plastic bucket today. This is a rather big batch of soap. I have my molds that I'm going to pour it into once it's all ready to go. I like the sunflower mold. I think this makes such a pretty bar of soap, and it's a pretty big bar of soap, so it lasts. Then we have the cute little hearts, which are nice to give away to the ones you love. And then for the extra, I have just the bread mold type. And this, you need the chopper to cut it up at the end, which I just use a stainless steel chopper. And then I have the scale to measure out the proper amount of each ingredient, which we will put on the video. Don't forget your safety equipment. I have my goggles, my mask, and some gloves. We have, for the safety, vinegar. So if you get any of the mixture on you and it burns you, put vinegar on it and it neutralizes it, and then it's fine. And then we have the mixer right here. So when it's all mixed together, it speeds up the process. I highly recommend this once you're more into your soap making and you realize it's something you like. Getting the mixer really helps. You also need a thermometer, which is very important. You have to wait until everything's the proper temperature to mix things together and be very precise if you want your bars to come out right. I get a lot of questions on oils. Can we substitute olive oil for coconut oil or this or that? No. You cannot substitute oils. Every single soap recipe is very precise and you have to follow it exactly. So let's just say you find my coconut oil recipe and you love it, but you want to substitute it for olive oil. You cannot do that. Go find an olive oil soap recipe and follow that. Also, you need the needle point. You can see through it. And then you're going to put that in your box after you pop it out of the mold and cut it. This is where it's going to cure, in this box with the needle point on the bottom, so it gets a little airflow in there. And that's just about everything, so let's get going. Okay, we have everything measured out here. 54 ounces of pure coconut oil, 9.7 ounces of lye, and 24.25 ounces of water, distilled water. Make sure it's distilled because it makes the soap come out better. I have made this recipe simple for you because all you have to do is buy the 54-ounce container of coconut oil. There will be no measuring. You just use the whole container. So we figured it all up, did all the math for you, so that's really easy. And then just do your lye and your water and you're all set to go. The next step is we're going to put the lye into the water and stir that up and wait until it comes back down to 100 degrees. Okay, we're going to dump the lye into the water. Always do it that way because you don't want anything to splash. And also we have the back door open because it does get really stinky. So here we go. It gets really, really, really hot and it makes fumes. So I'm sure you can see the smoke. It gets really hot, which is steam, really, not smoke, but just mix that up. And then it's a waiting period. You have to wait until it comes back down in temperature before you can add the oil to the lye water mixture. So make sure you mix it up nice and easy. And then when it's all dissolved, we're just gonna wait until it comes back down in temperature to 100 degrees, and then we'll continue on. Okay, so this is all stirred up. I'm gonna set this aside while it cools down. And I'm gonna show you what I do with this lye container that it's empty now, but you know, the static makes a little bit stick in there. What I do is I put a little splash of vinegar in there, and then I just swirl it around and I just dump it out the back door. Okay, here's the liquid coconut oil. Make sure it's liquid, room temperature. If it's not, make sure you set it outside in the sun all day before you make your soap, and it'll be liquid. Alrighty then, so we're gonna dump the 100 degrees lye into the oil. Nice and easy. We don't want to splash. And we're gonna stir this up. Just get all the little drips out of there, if I can. Okay. Alrighty, that's good enough. So make sure your spoon is stainless steel or plastic. Either one will work. And now we're just gonna mix, mix, mix until it comes to trace. Okay, now I'm gonna put a little tiny bit of blue in here because I want light, 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 whoops, look at that. I want light, light, light blue bars of soap. So, ooh, I'm gonna put a little touch at first, because I'm not sure how much to add. I'd rather have it too light than too dark. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna switch from this spoon to my electric mixer. When it pulsates, oh, that's the perfect color, it's really light. So you just pulsate for 20 seconds, and every batch, I don't know why, does come to trace a little differently. Some will be a little quicker than others. You know, some will take a little longer. This particular batch right here seems like it's reaching trace a little faster. So whatever it is though, it's no big deal. You just want to stop and, you know, put it into the molds before it's too thick. Otherwise it's hard to pour it in there. So this is getting there very quickly. So I'm going to dump it in pretty soon. Oh, I love making soap. It's so much fun. And you could add your fragrant oil in here, your essential oil, if that's what you wanted to do right now at this point. Okay, so I'm done with this. I'm going to put it in the molds. Let me scoot it over here so you can see good. I always save this one for last. All right, it's pretty thick because I waited. Ooh. So we're going to blop in there. So I want to go kind of fast right now because it's quite thick. And what if you mix it a lot now, like I did, mix it kind of thick, what that is nice sometimes because the bars of soap will want to float more. They won't sink to the bottom. That's how you make floaty, airy soap. Is you mix it a lot, get the air in there. Being a little sloppy, but it's okay. Then what I do is I hit them down so these will be full. And then the extra I'll just put in that bread mold. So what you have to do is you want to bounce it because you want it in there good. That way it gets all the way to the bottom of the mold. And then I can use this spoon, like this one's a little too full. I'll put a little over there. Just even them out. This is a little too much, so I'm going to put it in the bread mold. So I'm being a little sloppy today. Shame on me. But I just wiggle it like that. Once you pull them out, though, it doesn't matter because, you know, the important part of the mold is, you know, the bottom part where the design is. I don't have to have it perfect. I am just not that picky. I kind of like it on irregular, though. I just think it looks more homemade and nicer. All right, so the next step, and you want to kind of move along quickly, is you want to cover the containers with the cardboard. And then I'm going to put another towel over top of that. There we go. One's probably enough. And there we go. Night, night. The reason we do this is so it doesn't cool down too fast. We want this soap to stay warm as long as possible. So that's why we cover it up. In the winter when it's cooler and my cabin's pretty cold, your soap will come to trace a little faster than it does in the summer when it's really hot out. So in the summer, you'll be mixing longer to have it come to trace. And in the winter, you'll mix not very long at all. So be ready to pour it in the molds quickly because it'll come to trace quite fast in the winter. All right, we're gonna let this sit for 24 hours and then we're gonna take it out of the molds. See you tomorrow. So here we go. Which this is the easy fun part. All the work was yesterday. This is the good part. Look at the nice color that came out to be. So the first thing I'll do is I'll pop these molds out because I'm gonna put them in the box here that has the needle point in there. Because these need to cure now. Minimum 6 weeks. I like to do it longer. I like the color. I barely put any coloring in there. I just wanted them a very light blue. And then we're gonna do the sunflowers. And here we go. We have a little light blue sunflower. That's why I love these molds, is you can see how easy the soap comes out of them the next day when you're ready. I mean, that is simple. There you go. Look at that. They came out so good. Okay, now this mold, the big mold, you know, it's still easy to get out of there, but it's definitely not as easy as those little individual ones. These are simple to pop out. Plus this one you have to cut, which I mean, I don't mind. But just so you know, you're gonna make sure you have all your molds beforehand. Don't start making it and then you get to the end and you're like, oh no, we need another mold. Oh, you know, too late by then. So before you make it, make sure you have all your molds. This batch is gonna need 4 of these. I'm gonna give you options. 4 of these or 2 of these. You can also use these 2 plus 1 bread mold. Or you can just make your own in a cardboard box lined with a plastic garbage bag. That works as well. Just make sure it's a big one, you know, big enough. Make sure you let them cure for a minimum of 6 weeks, but the longer the better. And let me know in your comments below if you like the coconut oil beauty bar.
Sign up for Becky's Homestead newsletter. Go to beckysHomestead.com and sign up on the right. You'll get articles, news, and specials from Becky every month. Unsubscribe anytime, no spam. If you like this video, click the like button. It really does help us a lot. And if you want to be notified every time we post a new video, click the subscribe button.
If you would like to help support Becky's Homestead so we can make more videos for you, when you do your shopping, if you go through our link on Amazon, you don't pay 1 penny extra, but Amazon gives us a small percentage of every purchase. And that helps us to produce more nice homesteading videos for all of you out there. The link is at the top of my website. I'm wearing my new Fitbit. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to give you a review and tell you how I like it.